The next day, a long hike on snowshoes finally gets them to the payload. Later on, they'll say it was worth the effort. One of Ben's goals is to help boost a whole new approach to space travel that's now emerging. May 2012 marked a major milestone in the rise of free enterprise in space. The SpaceX company successfully docked an unmanned space capsule with the International Space Station. It followed that up 6 months later with the first commercial resupply mission.
And launch of the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket as NASA turns to the private sector to resupply the International Space Station.
That's just the beginning. NASA is looking to companies to supply orbital launch services and to be long-term partners in future manned missions beyond the moon. Hoping to make big bucks, companies are developing orbital habitats and space planes, laying the groundwork for missions geared to mining, exploration, and even tourism. To Ben, this new race to space will go to the swift and the innovative. Today, because of weather and winds, he and his team have chosen to launch their payload from the spectacular Ruth Glacier in Denali National Park. Amid the rugged terrain, this immense river of ice sweeps down into a perfect natural runway. The payload and frame have been pre-assembled. The team makes a few last-minute adjustments. They inflate the balloon with helium gas. With dusk approaching, balloon and payload are ready.
Beautiful sight.
Got positive buoyancy. Both GPS devices are on and locked. Last camera check. Do a pan of the team.
Off it goes. The balloon drifts up through the dense polar air. With night falling, it rises up to the edge of space. Meanwhile, overhead, a solar storm is raging. Aboard the International Space Station, astronaut Don Pettit is making observations to complement what Ben's team finds. He passes over the Arctic several times during the balloon's flight. The auroras he photographs are an indicator of the amount of solar particles that will pummel Ben's rocket components. This is a time of high solar activity, approaching the peak of an 11-year cycle. The Arctic Circle is framed by a ring of dancing auroral lights. Curtains of green and red and blue drape our planet's graceful curve. This university-based experiment operates on the remote edge of modern science, dominated by large international projects such as the Hubble Space Telescope, the International Space Station, or the Large Hadron Collider.
So this technology that we're trying to miniaturize is significant in the sense that it sort of opens up new frontiers in the same way that miniaturizing computer technology to a point where it fits in your pocket. So everyone carries around a cell phone. They have these miniature computers. It does a lot of data processing. It gets you to your destination by GPS. That sort of technology didn't exist 20 or 30 or 40 years ago when you had these big mainframe computers that were at national labs. So we're trying to change the paradigm of space exploration from the national lab case to the cell phone case, the miniature case, to be able to do a lot more things and improve our capability as a species.
Working small, Ben's team believes they are onto something big. Their goal is not only to open new avenues of space exploration, but to actually seize the initiative. It's a romantic idea of individuals challenging the odds and striking out to new frontiers. With technologies that are getting smaller and more powerful, the obstacles to private space exploration appear to be falling. Who will hold back this new breed of explorer?